Hatsta is amazing. All the Buddha's teachings include the Hatsta. So if you practice Hatsta, then you kind of practice all Buddha's teachings. But just for beginners, no idea how to include all Buddha's teaching in this piece of paper, one paper. I like practice Hatsta. All right. Tibetan traditional, we have lots of prayers before the teaching, so today I'm going to do that. Usually I'm not, but today, first teaching, so that's why I have to think about my lineage for a while, and you can just stay very peacefully and listen these prayers. Maybe you don't understand, I will say in Tibetan. Not whole my lineage, but few teachers, the most important teachers in Nyingma lineage, so I have to think about that. And then you can correct your motivation while I'm saying this teachers, how you say this kind of prayer. Tisam sanji tayam ji jing o rigdang jingkar jam tsui chab da kwadan tsongpa me pa jibsan wangan tsawa la marimbo chi kyab ji dirar chima me pa lango rab dite deki bi kyang tsar kyang chab sun che o shinji la paran za da sor ganga kyar zang tawe mangam kesar zambi ndam tra kyang tsampi zawa simdu sarwe ndogan muga da tsar chir tuk jinda ma kunni chirang jiktin sun ji kong cheb Tawang pa ma karu sheba terang daglu yin tsar jong orjin solang pa me dongbo zir jarwa namtra ram yin linji zir tsanzo pekyo yondan tsongbar pa ma jong ni daglu pan tsar or nawa sange ganga rikpa me tundra lo ni tsang tsang kantrak jang jamba khwar jir ditsi kumni pa rongzim chuji zambo la pyang tsar jarwa kunji shi jikdi pa chenrib chuji niman jamsili longchen ramjim khyabla surwandi Shukme Hiram Choga Ngudru Zor, Hipya Kanchan Rola Jizide, Tame Wazir Yamtur Tukdaranzo, Wazir Longchen Namkun Namjiru. Jigme Longwe Shabla, Kufya Ansar, Rikton Jangur Yoni Shanluli, Gomba Lonely Popati and Zudro, Longtok Chumza Jamsung Abdanch. Mupam Jamian Namjir La Kufya Ansar, Hitter Jarvati Poshiva, not the Trabo, Wamshu Shawar, Sawan Pancho Dungar Rondur, Jigme Chuji, Wambo Kufya Ansar. Showman Chuji Anji Pobrana, Tism Sanji Kunjing Owen, Ronsum Churgu, Monsum Donza, Zawe Lama Namla Kufya Ansar, Kanda Shilji Tungin Jikden, Dershak Humrajirwa Kan Sadak. Tandar Tumbi Chuji Chanberji, Sambarandoba, Tamjan Darshashi, Tusum Dungar Chinda Chejinche, Yarsome Honshiver Jilaso, Simchin Tonlanir the Daksun Tamba Namji Nimta Tsarda Sor, Lai Kadan Ladan Ubjenga, Turam Dadam, Kanam Dan, Roa Kunji Dernum Chitsimba, Tamche Kad Chundar and Jerver Shaw. All right. First of all, I would like to say welcome to my teaching, all of you, and thank you very much for coming. And I also would like to say thank you to my teaching assistant, just Mary said. Very nice teaching, I think, this summer while I was in Asia. Great job, very nice. Thank you very much for all of you. And also Martin for all the help and working for Bodhicitta Sangha, especially the website. It's very helpful. People, especially the YouTube, the teachings, people listen a lot, and I think it's very helpful. And help also myself Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And also, I would like to say thank you to the board members, Bodhicitta Sangha, because getting everything ready for these teachings. We have really amazing board members. I'm very happy with all of you because you guys very sort of harmonize each other. So that's the most important, and really good heart and good motivation for the Sangha. That's really wonderful, and I'm very lucky that you have this kind of board member, and also it's really helpful. So that's why I really want to say thank you, all of you. So that's and also here we have few kind of groups and you can say centers. The Marmon is not here today, except then Duluth and Ely, all here. So thank you very much for coming. That's just I want to say, that's from my heart. Very, very nice. I'm very happy to teach you again, and very nice come back. I'm very happy to be here in Minneapolis. I think I'm going to stay here for another 6-7 months. So we have lots of teachings. So I'm looking forward to teach about Buddhism. So if you want to practice and meditate about Buddhism, please just come. And now today a little bit teach and then we'll practice. So actually, of course, you know the essence of Buddha's teaching. It is love, compassion, non-violence, and the most important is the realization of emptiness. So that is actually the essence of the Buddha's teaching. And in order to practice these teachings, traditionally the Buddha's teaching is practiced two ways, through study and meditation, right? That's all, study and meditation. Study, very important, but the most important is meditate. Meditate, every day meditate. That's most important. So we are going to study and meditate again in this year. So today is kind of first teaching. But before going on with the actual teaching and meditation, I would like to begin by remind you that it is so important to have a pure motivation whenever you study and practice the Dharma. The motivation for doing anything has a very profound effect on the sort of result. Therefore, it is very important to have good intention. Buddha Shakyamuni said, all dharmas are circumstance or compound, stay at the very tip of intention. So this means, churnam tamchi chenyin din dumbatsela rabdni in Tibet. That's just I said. Churnam, chu means dharma, nam means all Buddha, all dharmas. Chenyin, circumstance. It depends upon your motivation. So all dharmas, you know, when you practice, whatever you do, it depends your motivation, right? So this means is that all of our sort of future experience ultimately depends on our intention now. So therefore, we should always be right with it in terms of knowing our intention, and should always have the very best motivation or intention possible. Because we are, however, human beings, and our origin or intention very often get sort of uncertain or even sort of lost. As a studying the teachings with improper motivation or intention in a state of difference will not bring much benefit. So we should regularly caution our intention or motivation, or we should really correct our motivation, whatever you practice. That's very important. Therefore, please start now by developing a pure intention to studying these Dharma teachings, and arose the thought that you will study these teachings for the purpose of bringing all the sentient beings to the state of supreme enlightenment. That is the Mahayana motivation, Mahayana. So think that you will do so by first hearing the Dharma teachings, then practice them, and then attain enlightenment yourself first, right? So that you can lead other beings that sort of same state. So therefore, for that reason, you will study these teachings and have a pure motivation. Whenever you sort of find that your intentions are selfish or sort of indifferent, you should sort of start again your sort of resolve or find a solution to attain complete enlightenment thinking. Very important. Like, I will study these teachings, apply them, and realize them in order to bring benefit to all sentient beings. We are sort of occasionally caught up in negative emotions, and even though we may have good intention, our action do not always bring much benefit. So by studying, practicing, and realizing Mahayana, one day we will be sort of able to successfully and spontaneously act for the welfare of others, sort of boundless ways, if you have a correct sort of motivation. But this, however, depends upon developing the qualities of abandonment and realization, which will only get by understand about our minds and tame sort of our minds. The principal point in Buddhist Dharma is to do something with the mind, right? That's why by doing something with your mind through the practice of meditation, eliminate the unpleasant experience of this sort of satisfactory. So these teachings of Buddha repeatedly say that all sentient beings possess an enlightened essence, or we call it a Buddha nature, right? Whatever one's social status, whether one is understand or not, male or female, rich or poor, it makes absolutely no difference. The essence of mind is the same in everyone, That's what we call the Buddha nature. So that's why Buddhist Dharma is to do something with the mind, right? With the mind. So that's why it's really also, if you studied a lot with very pure motivation, it brings lots of benefit. If you study a lot with not good intention, not much benefit. So that's why, of course, I always teach these kind of things over again and again, because it's very important. Of course, I don't think you don't understand. That's why I teach these all things over and over. But I think sometimes you forget, correct your motivation. Sometimes, negative emotions, very powerful. You cannot correct your motivation. So that's why I always remind you how it is important to have a good motivation when you practice. So that's why we always teach, practice, meditation, whatever you do, correct your motivation first. Correct your motivation. You have to investigate your motivation. Why? Why you come here today? What's your motivation? Investigate. And if you have good motivation, of course, great. Not so good, you have to correct. You have to correct your motivation, right? We really want to meditate because everyone has the possibility of attain enlightenment and can diminish all negative thoughts. That's why I say correct your motivation. You can change your motivation. Therefore, all sentient beings, according to Buddhism, have the potential to attain enlightenment. You think, I'm going to meditate because there are two reasons, right? The first, I can change my mind. That's very clearly we understand. I can change my mind if you practice. And second, all we have the potential to attain enlightenment. That's what we call Buddha nature, the essence of the mind. So first, you have to meditate because you can change your mind, you can change your attitude. Second, you have this sort of potential to attain realization or the enlightenment or the Buddhahood. So that's why I think, this you have to remember, right? Because it gives you sort of confidence. Otherwise, why I meditate? Maybe you meditate yesterday like 5 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours. Still, today is me. There is nothing much change, right? And then why? What the reason why I meditate? But if you understand these two reasons, first I can change my mind, change into love, compassion, all this good sort of, the essence of teachings. And you have, because you can change because you have the potential, right, the possibility to get enlightenment. So it gives you kind of confidence, I want to meditate. Today, this is very slow, very long sort of process in order to get enlightenment. But definitely get better and better because you can change. Everything is possible. Everything is possible because everything is emptiness. Everything is interdependent origination. That's why everything is possible. One day it's possible you become a Buddha. So Buddha discovered when he studied, meditate in India, the Bodhicitta, he discovered the profound state of meditation, or we call it samadhi, Sanskrit, in Tibet, Tangyenzen. It's meditation. And the state of complete realization, which means, complete realization. So this is something extremely deep and not easy to attain, right? So this is this kind of realization of truth is cause all the different types of sufferings and negative emotions to subside and totally vanish. That's why we need to sort of diminish, right? All these kind of negative emotions. It's so bad. And then Buddha recognized that it was kind of difficult to explain and hard to most people understand without a good foundation. So that's why to study there are two things, First, you have to have a good foundation in order to understand or realize the emptiness. We call that. You have to. The Buddha said that. So we need to a good foundation, which means you have to train your mind, think about love and kindness, think about bodhicitta, think about all these good foundations. You have to sort of develop your mind in that way, and then one day you can understand everything. So, two things. First, I want to remind you that how important, again, a good intention or good motivation, whatever you do, right? And when you practice about the Dharma. And not only Dharma, whenever you do. If you go to work, you have to good motivation, So all the time, this kind of very good tools, very good sort of, you have to remember, right, all the time. That is the one thing. And then second is sometimes there are some sort of obstacles, right? Obstacles when you practice sort of pure Dharma, sometimes, So today, two things. Remind you to correct your motivation. I'm not going to teach this next Sundays. So today, you have to remember and keep it in your mind, and then you have to correct your motivation all the time when you go meditate. Not only here, you have, I'm sure most of you have daily practice, every morning, every evening, whatever. So you have to correct your motivation first. And then today especially, we start this teaching. I hope so. We will continue to practice meditation together as a group, Dharma sisters and Dharma brother. So obstacles not good. So we should pray today and practice a little bit about Padmasambhava for without any obstacles when you meditate, whatever you do, So sometimes you get sick, it's an obstacle, right? You can't meditate. Sometimes you can't come because of something is going on. It's obstacles. So all these small, big, lots of obstacles, right? Lots of obstacles. So we have to practice Padmasambhava. It's really important. Padmasambhava is second Buddha, of course, especially Nyingma, very important. So you should ask to Padmasambhava, please to help me develop my practice and my realizations, So I think very important. But before we meditate Pammasambhava, we're going to little bit practice bodhicitta with rest and meditation, okay? So by meditating, you are not trying to become perfect. You have to understand this. Because there is no perfect, just ordinary people like me, you know. While I have this sort of negative emotions, you know, there is no perfect, you know. It's impossible. It's impossible until you get enlightenment. Then everything is perfect. You know, don't think that sometimes people, oh, I meditate a lot and it's difficult. And then they sort of lose their confidence. Of course, it's difficult. So don't think where meditate is not trying to become a perfect, right? You know, but meditate, we're trying to sort of create more space and try to develop love, compassion in our life and others, right? That's where we are trying to, you know, but perfect is actually too nice word for ordinary people. You know, there is no perfect. Nobody's perfect, I think, because we have these negative emotions, right? Negative emotions, sometimes attachment, anger, ignorance, jealous, all this. If you have these negative emotions, you are not perfect. Amen, you know. So don't think that, I mean, what I'm trying to say is sometimes people really upset, they can't meditate, you know. Their thoughts, you know, bothers and very obstacle, lots of difficult, and then, oh, it's difficult. So don't think that, you know. Just try to, you know, bring love, kindness, compassion, bodhicitta in your life with others, of course, especially in your life. So that's we are trying to, the meditation is actually about that. Buddha said that, you know. Buddha said the first, that's why beginners, you know, or we call just ordinary people. There is no perfect. Don't think about perfect. Whatever you do, you know, there is no perfect. But that's just fine. That's just fine. That's how we are, you know. So very important. And now, first of all, we're going to meditate bodhicitta today with rest and meditation, okay? I think you know this, but first we usually start by meditating on bodhicitta. So Buddha himself recognized bodhicitta as an antidote to selfish. Okay? So Buddha suggested everybody should practice bodhicitta. Right? I always, maybe like hundreds of thousands times, I say this, right? First, motivation. Second, bodhicitta. Right? These two are the most important. These two are actually the essence of Buddha's teaching. So, bodhicitta is actually great compassion, right? We practice great compassion. So, bodhicitta is about kindness, about wishing happiness to yourself and other living beings. It requires you to connect with yourself and with your heart and to recognize others for what they are. That's bodhicitta. So now you sit very comfortable. Your back, make sure straight. Your shoulders relaxed and open. Rest your attention on the breath in this moment. And think of this. Just to relax, and then think a little bit, since death is certain, but the time of death is very uncertain. Right? We never know when you are going to die. And also, we are sort of getting older and older and older, right? So, what is the most important thing for you to do at this moment? I think we need to think and appreciate it, the life we have in this moment. That's why Buddha said the precious human life we have. Amazing life. We have to appreciate this. You can do whatever you want. Everything is possible in your life. That's amazing. It is not easy to find this kind of life. We need to recognize how we are fortunate, right? And think like that, and then breathe in deeply a few times. And you should experience your body fully and completely. Hearing, smell, taste, touch, all these senses, your body, perfectly working. Appreciated all of these things, right? And also you should experience your mind peacefully. Peacefully. Do not bring so many negative thoughts in your head. Just a moment. Just breathe very deeply. Think about your life. Appreciate your life. It is difficult to find the precious human life, but we have. And then Bodhicitta meditation. You start by visualizing yourself and wishing yourself very well. As you do so, repeat this verse several times in silence. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I be at peace. Then the meditation moves on to the people who are close to you. You visualize them, wish them very well and healthy, happy, and silently repeat the verse using they instead of I. After this, the meditation is extended to send love and bodhicitta to the animals. And you wish them very well too. Repeat the verse again. After that, your bodhicitta sent to all living beings and with them very well and healthy, happy. Repeating the verse again, using all living beings instead of I or you or they. You may find that after this meditation you feel open and very warm and sort of compassionate because the bodhicitta is powerful concentration. The bodhicitta meditation can be continued by opening your heart to more and more people and animals, all living beings. Eventually, if you practice like this, eventually your heart, your mind is like a sky. It's open, huge, profound. Maybe now our mind is very narrow. It's difficult to think about others, always think about us. But if you do practice this kind of meditation, eventually your mind will open, more and more open. When you meditate like this, your thoughts arises, then focus on your breath and breathe in and out very slowly. When you have found the right spot, you will automatically experience inner peace with gentle sort of concentration. Be aware of this inner peace and continue your meditation. This is what we call practice meditation, bodhicitta with concentration. After a while, then go back to meditate on bodhicitta again. You need to do this over again, again, again. This is how Mahayanas practice about bodhicitta. This is we call bodhicitta meditation, bodhicitta with resting, right? Bodhicitta practice with rest in meditation. If you think too much concentration, then you should breathe in and out very slowly. Focus on that. And you do this meditate every day. And then at the end, you say some prayers, dedicate the merit for all sentient beings. So it is very easy sometimes practice meditation. It's very easy, not so complicated. You just to correct your motivation and then think about, just I told you, the Bodhicitta, with meditate Bodhicitta with sort of what do you call rest in meditation. Little bit concentrate with breathe in and out. And then at the end, it depends how much you have time. So maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you have time, then dedicate the merit. So it's very easy, isn't it? How much I have time? Oh, okay. Now that's just just an idea. If you like, why not? Then practice every day, 10 hours. If you don't like, then just leave it aside. Try to find something else, okay? Now, please pass around this. Today, there is a reason I want to you practice the 7-line supplication of Padmasambhava. There is a reason I want to practice that today, but I don't want to tell you the reason. But it's good for you, that's for sure. So we have just maybe 5 minutes. All right. So I have here, some people really like to recite the mantras. They don't know what is the pronunciation exactly, but that's fine if you have a good motivation. There is a teacher, it's actually it's a very good practitioner, but not so good the pronunciation of when you read the Sanskrit. And then he studied, he practiced Vajrakalaya, which is the deity. Vajrakalaya, actually the Vajrakalaya, the mantra on Vajrakalaya. But this person, this teacher, didn't know how to say it's correctly Vajrakalaya's mantra. And then he practiced, year by year. But he always said Vajrakalaya, Chalaya. You have to say Vajrakalaya, but he didn't know exactly. That's fine. He got a very great motivation, and then eventually he got enlightened through practice Vajrakalaya. So he has a purba. You know how you say the purba? Purba. How do you say that in English? I don't know. Huh?
It's a ritual dagger.
Ritual dagger. Okay, so he had a purba, and because that is the kind of represent Bajrakalaya. So that purba is still my teacher Khenpo Sherab, he has his purba. So pronunciation is okay, but the motivation is not okay. Very important.
If you did not get a sheet of paper, just so you know, the 7-line prayer is also in the red folders, so you can find it there if you didn't get a separate sheet of paper that Khenpo gave you.
All right. So the first, it's called multiplication mantra. We should say this 3 times, and then after that, Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra, and then says a few times 7-line supplication, okay, to Padmasambhava, with a pure motivation. Om Sambara Sambara Bhamana Sara Maha Jambaba Hompad. Om Sambara Sambara Bhamana Sara Maha Jambaba Hompad. Om Sambara Sambara Bhamana Sara Maha Jambaba Hompad. Dayata Om Muni Muni Maha Munai Soha. Dayata Om Muni Muni Maha Munai Soha. Dayata Om Muni Muni Maha Munai Soha. All right. No Hong in the northwest of land of Odhyana, in the center of Burman lotus flower, is the one with supreme wondrous city, the renowned lotus-born Pammakara, surrounded by vast retinue of Dagin footsteps, I pray. Please come and bestow your blessings. Guru Padmasade Hong. You visualize Padmasambhava if you know. Now visualize in front of you, and then when you recite this 7-line supplication, the kind of 3 different kind of rays of light from Padmasambhava's forehead and throat and heart, and goes into your throat and heart and forehead, and then sort of once you get that lights and then all your obstacles, all your afflictions, negative emotions are removed from your body and mind. Okay, diminish them. So that's very easy. Hong in the northwest land of Odhyana, center of bloom lotus flower, is the one with supreme wondrous city, the renowned lotus-born Pammakara, surrounded by vast retinue of Daginis. Follow in your footsteps, I pray. Please come and bestow your blessings. Guru Pama Sede Hong, Hong in the northwest land, center of lotus flower, is the one with supreme wondrous city, the renowned lotus-born Pammakara, surrounded by vast retinue of Daginis. Following in your footsteps, I pray. Please come and bestow your blessings. Guru Pama Sudhi Hong, Hong in the northwest land of Odhyana, and the center of blooming lotus flower, is the one with supreme wonder Siddhi, the renowned lotus-born Pammakara, surrounded by vast retinue of Daginis. Following in your footsteps, I pray. Please come and bestow your blessings. Guru Pama Sade Hong. Om Ahom Banzar 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 Guru Bamasa De 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 Hong. Ahom Banzar Guru Bamasa De Hong. Om 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 Ahom Banzar Guru Bamasa De Hong. Closing prayer. May I attain in each and every life the sublime virtues of existence and peace. May I pursue the followless mindset or tourism, working for the welfare of others on a vast scale. Through this very merit of mine, may every single sentient being eliminate all forms of negativity and practice virtues forevermore. May Supreme Precious Bodhicitta take birth where it has not arisen, where it has not risen, may be but continue to grow forevermore. May Supreme Precious Bodhicitta take birth where it has not arisen, where it has arisen, may it never win, but continue to grow forevermore. May Supreme Precious Bodhicitta take birth where it has not arisen, where it has arisen, may it never win, but continue to grow forevermore. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much.